Welcome everybody to the official tutorial of how I edit and put together my photos on Instagram. So first, what I usually do is I'll record a video. As you can see, like I can scroll through the timeline. And then when I find a picture I like, I'll just pause the video and then I'll screenshot it and I'll crop it. But you can see the way my phone is rotated, I always do set up my phone so that it's recording in a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is kind of just what YouTube's aspect ratio is, turned over on its side, I guess, like when your phone's turned over. But this is basically what I do throughout the video. I just let it play, and then I find pictures that I like, or I try to find like key moments where I'm holding the perfect flex, and then I'll just screenshot it. And you'll see me crop the sides off because whenever, like, if you just keep the sides on, it's going to give you black borders around your picture. And you can crop that out in the app later that I'm going to show you guys. But usually when I'm screenshotting my photos, I just like to go and already crop out the sides. As you can see here, I'm scrolling around through the video, and then I leave it on pause as well to help me just get frame by frame. And once I like how it looks, I'll just tap out, screenshot, and then crop the borders. Once I have my screenshot saved, I'll just open this app called Adobe Photoshop Express. Should be on iOS, and this is basically where you can get a free photo editor / collager. So what I'll do is I'll pick 3 photos that I like, and then I'll collage them. And when you go to grids, it'll give you an option to put 3 horizontally, and that's what you're gonna want to select, because then it'll give you all your photos. Once I'm in here, it's really simple. You just tap and drag on your photo to adjust how much is actually in the frame. And the reason why I take my photos horizontally is so that I can actually fit more of my body in the frame, because this is a style that I use all throughout my pictures on Instagram. So most times, the most I can fit going horizontally is if I set up the tripod, in a mirror, and then stand far back to where my whole body is captured. And if you guys notice in the videos, like I always record my head as well. I usually just crop it out, because that's the most that can fit in the frame. So some pictures I do have my face in it, but then it'll be, if it's like only 2 grids, or maybe if it's only 1 picture. But here you can see, like, you can adjust the brightness. I always do. I never edit my body parts to be bigger or smaller, but I always will try to enhance the lighting as best as possible to give the most definition to my physique while also still looking like a good photo. So something I use a lot in my pictures is structure, which basically just makes the photo a bit more grainier, I guess you could say. And too much of this obviously will look bad, and maybe on Instagram you'll see sometimes people put the filters way too high and the picture just looks weird. But if you set it at a medium or even below a medium, like I did 34 in that, it actually adds more grain and thickness and darkness to the photo, and I think it does make it look better. I don't think it makes me look any much bigger. I just think it makes the lighting look a lot better, which you could argue say will make me look bigger, but of course all the photos came from a video, so that's what I do look like. And then I'll just go and I'll find an audio that I liked. I feel like the audio choice doesn't really matter as long as you pick a song that you like. And so here I was just listening to the song, making sure that it was good. But once you have your song chose, then I just put a caption that I like, and then I'll put a hashtag. And I think hashtags are super important too if you're trying to get your posts out to people. I've experimented with different different amount of hashtags, but I found that only using one hashtag was what worked best for me. But of course, that's going to be different for everybody. The hashtags just kind of help you find your audience. But once you have that all set, you can just go and upload your picture. And that's the tutorial for how I upload on Instagram.